Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by, y'all. We got to talk, because I've been saying for months now, folks are like, oh, Danielle, are you going to get the new Kindle ColorSoft Scribe ColorSoft, whatever it is? And I'm like, oh no, I don't need it. It's so big, it's so bulky, it's so silly, it's so spendy. I don't need that. And then I was like, oh wait, it comes in Fig? Y'all, I got the new Kindle Scribe. Okay, hang on. Is it Scribe ColorSoft? The Kindle Scribe ColorSoft in Fig. And look, it is brand new, still in the box. We're going to unopen this bad boy together. So, hang on. Let me switch us over to this. Let me make sure my other camera is on, because I cannot tell y'all how many times I go to unbox something, get halfway into the unboxing and go, oh, my B-roll camera's not on. So, hang on. All right, we rolling. Let me adjust y'all a little bit. Okay. So that I can like look at y'all and look at the thing, and here we go. All right, so. All right, so here's the box. It's the, you know, the standard like earthy tones. It's really pretty. So this is going to be challenging because it's kind of big. I know that's what she said, right? Y'all are naughty. Hang on, let me, there, scoot y'all up just a little. All right, so standard earth tones box. And I'm just gonna unbox it for right now. I might log it into my account. Oh, look, I love this part. So it says, mere color, unspoiled by meaning, and unallied with definite form, can speak to the soul in 1,000 different ways. Oscar Wilde. And I'm twice removed from Oscar Wilde, but he didn't mind. Why, he just smiled. I know. All right, so there's that. Now here's the box. It's actually kind of a lovely presentation. Now this is gonna be weird because like the way I'm looking at y'all, the thing is upside down. So if I flip it around to show you, it's gonna get all awkward. So I might just do it this way, and I might flip it and post, and I might not. We'll just see how it goes. But here's the thing. And so we have the thing. It says where ideas grow. And now they've been doing this for a little minute, I guess because they're so spendy, but it comes with the stylus. I want to say maybe the first one, you had to buy the stylus separate, or maybe the second one, because did the first one not even have a stylus? I don't remember, but it is lovely and figgy colored. Oh, y'all, it's so, I'm not even like a maroon like figgy color person, but look how pretty. All right, so slide her out of the box. Of course, it comes with the USB-C. I'm guessing USB-C to USB-C, because that's what, yeah, that's how they roll now. USB-C to USB-C cable. Nibs. Y'all, what did I unbox? I unboxed something the other day, and when I was editing the video, I realized that, what was it that I unboxed? Oh, I think it was my Palma. Yes, because I got the Palma with the stylus thing, and the nibs were just like lined up in the thing all cute. And I saw it in my video, like I was just flinging stuff around and there were nibs like on the counter. I'm sure I just lost those extra nibs anyway. Amazon has the sense to send me nibs all packaged up nicely in a box, which I'm gonna put right back in this box with the cord and the ubiquitous easy start guide thing, whatever. So I'm gonna leave all that in the box, and that's all that's in the box. What's in the box? I almost didn't do it, but then I did it. All right, so there's that. Now, let's crank her up. Oh, y'all, it's so pretty. Oh, it goes this way now. Look at that color, I can't. Oh, it's so lovely. The back is matte. Look, can you see the feet? It has little feet. Oh, you know what? I was just like working my way through. Did I order a case? I did order a case, but it won't be here for a few more. Literally just took my breath away. It is so pretty. Not even on yet. That's like just the thing. Let's cut her on. So the Y'all, I literally just heard a choir of angels singing in my head because hallelujah chorus. I believe, now I might just be being dramatic. Nope, I am not just being dramatic, y'all. They moved the power button and Amazon has finally heard our cry. They moved the power button. If you don't have a Kindle, or you're not a Kindle person, or you're like, could you be more dramatic? You don't know what that just was, but for decades, the power button on Kindles, now I'm gonna have to go look at my other scribes and see if it's down here, but I think it's down here on the bottom on everything. So when you hold it like this, like you hold everything, you hit the power button. And folks have been complaining since time in memoriam about where Amazon has placed the power button on these things, and they have finally moved it. Oh, y'all. I was gonna say it's worth the price of admission. This thing was, I don't know how much it was. The intern bought it for me for Valentine's Day. I'm gonna have to find it and we'll talk about it because we're gonna do a whole setup thing. So I'm gonna have to find it and let y'all know, but it is not cheap. So I was gonna say it's worth the price of admission just for that. I mean, the price of admission's a little steep on this baby, but so I'm picking my languages and I'm gonna let it go through this. So I'm just gonna sit here and be quiet for a minute. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna have to log in and set this up on my phone, but now I'm thinking it was bought on my Amazon account, so it might already be logged in as me. Let's see. I'm about a 6, 7. I did not just do that. I should edit that part out. I'm about 50-50 on whether it's gonna be logged in as me or not. Sorry, there's a felon over there acting a little sketch. Go figure. Which is why we call them the felons, because they are, well, okay, we as me. That's why I call them the furry felons, because they are always up to something. That's nice. I was thinking while we do this, I'm gonna check and see, holy cow, how strongly, that magnets very strongly. I like that. All right, it's only on the one side, but I'll take that. Okay, so welcome to your new Kindle. You're signed in and connected to the internet using the Wi-Fi credentials you've previously saved to Amazon. Okay, so it's already got me logged in. So I'm gonna tell it next. Let's go. All right. Now is where I leave y'all because it's gonna take a while to do this. So I'm gonna let it do that. Even though it's got a 60% charge, y'all didn't see that. Hang on, let me do that again. And now it's doing things so you can't see it, but it said it was out of camera range, but it's got like a 61% charge, but I'm gonna charge it anyway. I'm gonna let it charge, I'm gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna probably do another workout, do some errands about the house, and then I'm gonna drag all of this through the shower. I know, it's hard to imagine. Drag all this through the shower, and then I will meet y'all probably over there on the floor, and we will go through the whole setup of this thing, because I don't think we've set up a Kindle together recently. So let me do all this, and then we'll do all that over there together in a little while. All right, y'all, we are charged up, and I am stoked to get this thing set up now. Let me do a little disclaimer before we get into this. And those of you that know anything at all about the Scribe are already thinking, she is a total fake, fraud, and phony, because the whole, like, when I genuflected and got all excited about the placement of the power button on the Scribe, y'all, I went back and looked at my other scribes. That's where the power button is on all the scribes, which I didn't know because I keep them in cases. So like the whole thing is covered up in a case, so I never have to deal. I mean, like, you got to turn it on with the power button, but then it doesn't bother me when I'm reading, so I never think about it. I was excited because I thought they moved the power button on the Scribe, which meant they were going to move the power button on the other Kindles. So I withdraw my whole hallelujah dance. So anyway, I have not set up a Scribe in a while, so I have some notes. So let's just jump into this thing and kind of figure it out together. So hang on, I have another camera here. So let me, the same other camera as before. So I'm gonna start it. Let me jump us over here. And first of all, look at how beautiful this thing is. So this is why we're doing this in the floor. Well, for one reason, because it's big and awkward, and I want to make sure that y'all see what I'm doing. And there's well, hang on. There's a big old window right there, so there's natural light. So hopefully that will allow you to actually like see the colors in this thing. So if you're like, why are you cutting off your own head? This is a horrible, I know it's a horrible setup, but I am more concerned with you seeing the device. So let's jump straight over onto it. And as much as I hate to, I'm gonna wake the thing up. I'm gonna move, so you see where the stylus is. I'm gonna move the stylus. Okay, so here's the home screen when you first wake it up, and you already see that it's different. Now I imagine you can change this. I've no idea, this is new. I've no idea how to change this thing, but so across the bottom, we're not gonna do a deep dive here because quite frankly, I cannot dive on this thing. Let me move y'all down a little. Let's see if this will work. Oh yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I can't do a deep dive on this thing because I don't know enough about it right now, other than the things that I was looking to make sure what y'all are looking at, other than the things that I know about the Paperwhite, signature Paperwhite, because this thing is really a big old signature Paperwhite. So across the bottom, we have, oh no, it didn't do anything. It just scrunched me down my thing. We have home, library, workspace, which I imagine that's, okay, yeah, that's notebooks. We're not doing a deep dive, y'all stop it. So let's see, let's jump into library. Okay, so obviously library is books that either that I own or that I've checked out of places. Here is my Kindle Unlimited stuff. There's probably things that I've checked. There's an Audible book, probably things that I've checked out of Libby on here. So let's see. Oh yeah. Look, it's got the filters. So up here on the, you know what, y'all, hang on. Let's have a little moment of truth. I have this old iPhone that I use as a viewfinder. So I'm gonna continue to look at this to make sure y'all are seeing what I want you to see. So if I look off to the side, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so a little how the sausage is made. I'm gonna try to keep it out of your view because I think that's very distracting, but that's there. And if I look off to the side, that's because I want to see, like here, I want to see if y'all can see these little dots at the top. So yeah, so these little dots, that takes you into this filters, and you can decide what you want to see. And much of this is going to be the same if you're setting up a regular Paperwhite. A lot of this is the same for a Paperwhite for all Kindles actually. So you can filter your view. So if you only want to see what you have downloaded, I should have nothing downloaded on here because this is straight out the box. But so downloads or not downloaded, your unread books, your read books, whatever. So you can set that up here, your types if you just want books, you want documents, or like if you're looking for a document, you can come in here and say, okay, just show me my documents. It pulls up all your documents and then you can find what you're looking for there. And then if you're like, all right, what have I done here? Just do a clear all and it goes back to where you can see everything. So that's up here on the left-hand side, those little dots. Over on your right-hand side, this is your family sharing, and we'll talk about that some other time. And then the up and down arrows, that's where you can sort. So you can decide if you want like your most recent downloads on top or not. You can sort by author, by publication date, however you want to sort it. So again, that's gonna affect what you see when you go into your library. Let's go back to home for a sec. Well, sorry, we're not doing a deep dive, we're doing a setup. Okay, so let's just do a little quick, this is not a deep dive, but let's just do a little quickie. So home, this is kind of your everything. So apparently, this is some kind of workspace thing. Again, I'll figure this out and we'll come back and talk about it. But like I can make notes here. How do I get out of this? Stuck. Okay. And with just about everything in the Scribe and with Kindles in general, if you touch the top, it'll give you a menu that'll allow you to navigate. So we have quick notes. Y'all, this is like, you know that Kobo, friends, if you swipe down from the top of your Kobo, it gives you your last 3 things. I love that so much in the Kobo. Looks like this is doing that now. So it's giving me maybe my last, let's see, hang on. Let's jump into, I don't know what books I can jump into from here. Y'all don't judge me. Do not judge the trash that I have in my various libraries. Let me see. I don't know which of these I actually have. Okay, that'll work. Oh, all right. So this apparently is just a workspace. Like this is just going to be for notebooks and notes and stuff. But why did that not just come up there? Oh, because I didn't open it. Hang on. I have to open the book. I downloaded it, but I didn't open it. All right, now let's go out of it. Back to my home. Yep, there it is. Okay, so this is going to be the last things that you go into. And until now, and on other Kindles, I don't know if I don't have the most recent updates, but on all my other Kindles, it just gives me this little down in the bottom last read thing, but now I have this whole like last things you got into. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, home screen is kind of all your things, and most of it is Amazon trying to get you to either buy or subscribe to something. So there's that. Library is going to be things that you own, things that you've checked out from somewhere, things that you're already like subscribed to, like Kindle Unlimited. Books that you have checked out from Libby are going to be in your library. So these are like your books, your Audible books, your whatever, your downloads. Workspace, I'm guessing that's going to be your notebooks and stuff, yes. And then what is more? Oh, okay. Let's start here. And so the swipe down, the top swipe down menu gives me quick access. Look how bright this is. I think I'm going to leave it bright actually now that I just turned it down. So this is my brightness and my warmth, and I'm going to leave my brightness cranked up because I'm sitting here in this very, very bright light. But when we're done playing around with this thing, I'm going to crank it down some and put it on auto brightness so that it'll adjust with the ambient light. I'm going to leave it. So airplane mode is off, Bluetooth is off, lock rotation, that's on and off because I want it to, well, I'm not going to do it right now, but I want it to auto rotate when I turn the thing because I think that's fancy. Sync, and then we'll get into all settings in a minute. My color settings, I'm going to leave standard color on, but if you're a comic, graphic novel, manga, those kind of readers, you might want to mess around with vivid color. So this will enrich. If you're reading something that's not really like super saturated and you want it really, really saturated, you might want to turn on vivid color. But I don't know that that even makes a difference with like just regular book covers. I don't know that vivid even makes a difference. I'm going to turn it on just for fun. I just said I was going to leave it in standard and I didn't. All right, so there's all that. Because this is color, of course, it doesn't have dark mode, but if this were a standard Kindle, my dark mode would be here. It's not, and it's not. So each of these has like a settings thing. I don't want to go into any of those. All right, so it looks like I can adjust this a bit. So I have this quick notes thing. Can I? Oh, okay. I don't know if I can write on there or if I have to actually open it to write. I think so. Okay, it is. Let's do a fountain pen in pink. It's kind of horrible. All right. So now let's go back and see what that looks like. Okay, that's not bad. I don't have, ooh, I hate how close I am to y'all. Okay, can y'all see that? It says to do. Can I blow it up? Okay, so here's what we just learned. I can go into Quick Note, make a note, and this, of course, changes my pen setup. To do now. If I go back, that's right there on the top of my to-do list. And I can make it smaller or bigger. But again, we're diving, stop, don't do that. Okay, let's get into settings and let's actually set this thing up. Then we're gonna get out of it. I'm gonna mess with it for a while and then I'll come back and we'll actually deep dive it when I actually know something. I'm not just sitting here, we've been here for 10 minutes and we've done nothing. All right, so let's go into settings. And so let's just look through some of these things. So your account, this is where you control a bunch of your account stuff. So this is your Amazon family. So whomever shares your Amazon account, this is where you can manage that. You can say who's like has adult privileges, who has kid privileges, that kind of stuff. Your parental controls, register and deregister your device, all that stuff's in here. So that's under my account. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, self-explanatory. This is interesting. So if you have someone using a Kindle and you don't want them to, let me move this I almost said candle, move this camera a bit. You don't want them to be able to get on, like you download some stuff onto the Kindle and all you want is for them to have access to that and not be able to get on the Wi-Fi. You can delete the Wi-Fi password out of the Kindle so that they can't get on the Wi-Fi. I think that's pretty slick. Turn Bluetooth off and on here. Device options is the next setting over here. Device info. This is where you can name your device. So this is just going to be like Danielle's Kindle number, whatever. I'll go in later and call it like Plum Scribe or whatever, Color Scribe. So this is all of the specs about the device. If you need to find your firmware version, any of that stuff, it's all in here. Pen settings. So the stylus is smart. It's got the little button. So in here you can change what your button does. Mine apparently is set for highlighter. We want it to erase. So that's in here. Screens and brightness. So this you can also do in here. You can change your color style. You can do all of that in here. You can hone your text size in here. You can have it set to gradually decrease brightness as it gets darker. That's the, so you can have it decrease your brightness and increase warmth. We didn't talk about that, but there's the warmth. So you can manually, look how orange it gets. You can manually set your warmth and you can set it to change the warmth on a schedule or to decrease brightness. You can do all of that in here. Accessibility, this is the one where it'll read to you. The voice view screen reader, we're not messing with that because I got stuck in that one day and had to completely reset my Kindle because I couldn't figure out how to get out of it. We're not doing that today. Sorry about that. My camera just told me that my memory card was full, so I had to delete some stuff. Don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, so if you go into Library and Workspace tab, right there, Group Series, just click that on and it will group your series together. If you don't want them, if you want to just see everything all willy-nilly, ungroup. I want mine grouped. Collection, same thing. If you had this, you can pick how you want your collections to show. We'll get into all this on our dive, but it's in here. So I want them only to show it. No, I want always to see my collections. The other thing in here is, yes, vocabulary builder. So this is under books and notebook options. If you look up a word, if you have vocabulary builder on, it will remember when you look up a word. Love that. Yes, well, here you can have page refresh every time you turn a page. Again, if you read comics, manga, graphic novels, those kind of things, and you get lots of ghosting, maybe turn that on. I don't to either of those. I don't read a bunch of color heavy like documents or books or anything, so I don't get a lot of ghosting, so I don't need that. But this is where to turn that on if you do. We'll get into this later, but for using notebooks and stuff, for like downloading documents and that kind of stuff, you can connect with your Google Drive, OneDrive, OneNote. It actually gives you lots of options now, so we'll do that some other time. I'm not going to do it right now. But here, Connections is where you do that. I think we saw Connections somewhere else too. Connections is also, oh, up here, look, this little like plus with the squares, that's to add connections. So, okay, let's do, you know, another thing I absolutely must do. Let's get into our book. And I absolutely must set up, let's get rid of that because that's going to bug me. So this is the like where I can set my, I think like I breezed right by that, but you can set how you want your stylus sort of to act, like what kind of pen you want, what color you want it to be. I had a pink, I don't know why I set mine to fountain pen. I really don't love it. I like a very fine tip pen, but when you do, to me, when you do fine tip, you have to write with something darker. So there's that. And let me tell you what I struggle with. Being an old lady is what I struggle with. I write the e-ink tablet that I use all the time is the Supernote. And so my brain thinks in Supernote mode when I write on things like this. So just now, I wanted to like write and then do like a supernote erase move, which these don't do that. So I would have just ended up circling, like scribbling on myself. So anyway, I know y'all are like, what are you saying? Nothing. Anyway, I want to do a couple of things. I'm going to let y'all go. So one thing I want to do is, of course, set up my page. So let's set up the font. So touch the top of the screen like every Kindle you've ever owned. And right there, the AA menu. I'm going to go into that. And the very first thing I'm going to do is go into font and make sure we are on Bookerly. Y'all know I am a Bookerly girl. So Bookerly, and on a big screen, it's a little different. I am going to make it a little smaller though. So it's a 5.0 right now. I'm going to go to about a 3. No. Yeah, 4.1, love that. So, and of course that's 4 is the font size, 1 is the boldness. And then, but there are different, if I just click the font, there are different font families you can pick. We're not getting in the weeds here, but if you struggle with any kind of information processing, try Open Dyslexic. I cannot read an Open Dyslexic. Like, y'all, I can't even talk about reading an Open Dyslexic. It makes me so anxious. But like, to me, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but that kind of looks like vampire writing to me. I have no explanation for that description, but here's what Open Dyslexic does. Here's another thing is if you want to quickly change the size of your font, you can like sweep out to make it bigger, sweep in to make it smaller, but Open Dyslexic. See how the B and I need a D. There we go. See how the B and the D aren't just, so a B and a D are just the same letter flipped back and forth, right? And then a P and a Q, depending on the font, P and a Q are the same thing just flipped around, right? Well, if your brain processes in a neurotypical way, then you can process that and everything is fine. But if you're a non-neurotypical processor, if your brain processes differently, it may not see those B, D, P, and Q differently. It may just see it all as like circle, stick, what? Well, in Open Dyslexic, see how the B is weighted a little bit differently? Oops, sorry. The B is weighted a little bit differently than the D is, and the P and the Q are going to be, so each letter is weighted a little bit differently. That helps a non-neurotypical processor see that they're different letters. It's absolutely brilliant. Drives me crazy. I cannot read in it. Like, I can go, maybe a couple of minutes and then I'm like, no, makes my brain itch and I have to switch it. But because I'm very neurotypical in my processing when I read. So that's why I have to have Bookerly all the time. So anyway, okay, so font is set. Layout. So font is the first one. Layout is you can set your margins. You can set if you want one column, or this is my very favorite thing. If you go into landscape, this is, okay, we're not gonna talk about that. There are other e-readers that don't do this and it drives me crazy. That like a big e-reader won't let you do columns. But yeah, so that's in here. In your page setup. So columns, you can do your orientation, landscape, or portrait. Going back to portrait. And then alignment. Do you want it justified or not? I generally do not, but you can do justified if you want. It's you. You do you. All right, so there's that. And here's the other brilliant move. Themes. So once you get all of your things set up the way you like them, go in and set you a theme. So custom theme, and I'm going to call it My Way. So that whenever you download a book, you can go in and set it to your theme, and Bob's your uncle, it's the way that you want it to be. And I wish I remembered who told me this, but I had a viewer tell me that he has a theme set up for when he doesn't have his reading glasses. So it's like just a little bigger so that he can read without his glasses. So he's got like one that's like his normal setup, and then one is I forgot my glasses setup. I think that's great. So you can set up different themes for either for different, like if different people use your Kindle, or for like different situations. Like if you want, like I forgot my glasses, or like a different type of book or something, you can have different themes. I think that is freaking awesome. So, all right, so we are set up to read. We know how to turn pages, right? You can swipe. Oh, oops. I was at the end of the book. Or tap. I wonder, I don't think this does the double tap. I don't think it does. I'm going to dig in the things and find, but I do not think it does double tap to turn pages. Just quickly, let's talk about navigating. I know this isn't set up. This is a deep dive, but navigating the book, up at the top we have chapters. So you can go into different chapters, and you can see at the bottom, you can swipe. There's like a progress bar, so if you want to swipe through your book. And see down, I don't know if y'all can see this, but down here in like the bottom, there's little, hang on. I am gonna let you see that. See, hang on, gotta get back into it. Nope, there we go, chapters. See down here, the little bitty squares down here in the bottom. If I touch that, it takes me into the grid. And then I can swipe. Now I'm on this page, I'm on page 433. So I can page through the grid. And if I don't see what I want, I can just X out of this. And I'm still on page 433. I didn't lose my page. So I know that's not set up. That's something different, but so you can do it that way. Or the other thing on the grid is this. You can swipe through pages. So that's just a really nifty way to move through the book. All right, so I think that's it for setup. Y'all, I know this was crazy, sorry. And somebody's gonna be like, you're all over the place. I know, I'm totally all over the place because I'm very excited. I got my, hang on. I can't talk to y'all at that angle. There we go. Because, nope. Because I'm very excited I got my new toy and I wanted to show y'all. So now that it's set up, I'm gonna use it for a little while. I'm gonna figure out what it actually does, and then I'll be back and we'll do an actual like deep dive, and I will do like a reaction and tell you what I actually think of it. So far, I think it is beautiful. I'm very excited to get the case because I'm very nervous to even be like sitting here holding it over the carpet. I'm very, very nervous, but I am thrilled. Look at, oh my gosh, y'all. Look at it, look at how beautiful it is. The colors are amazing. And we're not doing deep dive at all, but it's the standard 300 PPI in like reading in black and like regular black and white or whatever, and 150 PPI in color. But look at these, it is very rich. So I need to do some reading and figure out, this must be the screen that we got with that new ColorSoft that we got like a year ago. It's gotta be, I mean, why would it not be that screen, right? But yeah, it is beautiful. So we mess around with it. I'll come back. Y'all let me know in the comments. Don't say mean things. Because if you say something mean, the response you're going to get is, thanks for watching. Be sure and subscribe for all my content. That's going to be my response now to all the trolls, so don't bother. But if you're not a troll, let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts on color e-readers? Like, lots of people don't even care. Do you even care? Like, are you reading color content? Do you want a color e-reader just for your book covers, or do you not want one at all? Let us know your thoughts on color e-readers in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me through this crazy rambly video. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with those shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos over on Fit Danielle Eats the beginning of every week, with some book videos over here sprinkled in between. And I do a daily devotional over on Fit Danielle Prays. So if I don't see you on one of those, I'll catch you on the next one.